Okay, Dawn and Man again. We made it through the Copper Age, now into the wonders of our first foray into alloys and smelting as we're into the Bronze Age. Again, we'll be current. It's been played by about 4 times the speed which I originally played it at. Bronze Age is still only hovering about the half-hour point, just because although there's more techs in the Bronze Age than there is in the Copper Age, you also trigger more first ofs, so you get those knowledge points up. Still a bit of a slog sometimes to get the knowledge points up, but we managed it. Okay, in the Bronze Age, if you recall from the last video, we had difficulties that we started seeing with livestock, and how there was too many sheep, and the sheep were pushing out some of the other livestock, and so on. As it happens in the middle of a raid, they'll pretty much get rebuffed. They'll wander around and get mobbed. But yeah, so one of the things to try and sort out in this Iron Age is better handling of livestock. And also, I finally cotton on to the whole problem with straw, in that I don't have enough harvesting tools, and we'll get into difficulties with those. So that is that raid just being rebuffed, and then running away, swimming away, everyone back to normal. Although not quite normal, because they did actually manage to do some destruction, so time to repair that. Carrying on upgrading some of these walls to stone. I haven't really been doing it too much, with a little bit of stretch of stone wall, basically because it's stone. It takes a while to go and harvest it, and it's not really a priority. But yeah, we'll gradually replace with stone as the age progresses. So as you can see, there was another autumn. We didn't get all that straw, and we're going to suffer deaths in livestock because of it. Yeah, I'd love to afford brewing, but we can't. Yeah, just making sure all the charcoal and the and that sort of smelter is set up to make bronze, but we need more trees for charcoal. Pits, time to go and get them. Actually, yeah, mine all this stone, create more space inside the walls, but also give us the stone we need to make those walls. Another trader, couldn't get the tech. Fiddle about with the livestock levels, they're still not killing enough of them. So I'm continually building these stables. Huts are also there, need those. Have to wait to autumn to build anything, because otherwise I don't have the straw, because the animals will eat it all. But yeah, make it through another winter. Come out of that winter with more livestock than when we went in. Still got lots of sheep. Next sort of planting season. Yeah. Of course, we can now, of course, put together the carts and plows, get the animals to do a little of the work for us, lower the efficiency burden on the people. Yeah, and we've now got mines for most things, copper, tin. Everyone running around at incredibly high speed. Make some more tools. These are now bronze, so they'll be more efficient than the previous ones. So hopefully they will allow people more time to do other things. All the jobs may get done. Another autumn. Are we going to make it through harvesting all that straw and grain? We've got more tools, better quality tools, better efficiency tools. At this point I start to realise what is affecting me is the lack of the harvesting tools. So I start to backfill with some of the flint ones as well as some of the bronze ones. But yeah, you can see we're not going to do it. We're not going to get everything in time. That was some diseased one there. That's why that one's been left untouched. They don't harvest diseased crops. There you go, turn the walls into stone. We're nearly going to do it. Nearly. But not quite. Another charcoal pit. I realise the amount of charcoal coming in is not enough to supply the smelter. Bronze requires a bit more charcoal, it seems. Yeah, another trader I didn't like really anything they've got. Make a whole bunch more tools. And then already people starting to lose more animals because of not enough straw. Huge number of animals still. There we go, start to make beer. Isn't that going to be nice? It's interesting because I find all the things you need, to get enough beer, you need huge amounts of grain to turn into it, and basically you have to pretty much turn your entire grain crop over into alcohol. So you have to accept that not everyone's going to get as drunk as they like, and they're going to continually just whatever alcohol you have, they're going to drink. So there you go, upgrading some of the stables to a new variant that we've learnt how to do. Oh, I'm getting an attack. So, go try on new stone walls. No, they're going to come at an area where we've still got wooden. Never mind. Okay. They're probably going to gently walk across the bridge. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just swim across the water where the ford is? Crazy. They weren't even attacking, they were just walking by. But eventually we attacked them and they got angry and then they all got dead. No real sort of logic to the raiders. They're not the brightest sparks. Keeps telling us we're low on knives, so set the blacksmith to making some bronze knives. Sudden dawning realisation, to get those charcoal pits going, keep feeding them wood. Fortunately, as I say, trees grow back really quick. Right, running out of place to store stuff. Yeah. Try and capture some of those horses that we now know how to tame. Yeah, buy some of those harvesting tools, as we realised we're short. One of the things that will change over time is that all the different trading values are. So the clothing and the coats no longer trade for as high a value as they used to. So that tactic we were using previously of making loads and loads of coats, more than we needed, and selling them. Actually, sometimes now the raw materials that go into them are worth more than the coat. Still only 24 tools. Are we going to manage to get through all this in time this autumn? Doesn't look like it, does it? Not even diseased this year. All the while, number of animals keeps going up and up and up. So keep upgrading those stables to house them all. It's a vicious spiral because you just make more space for them. They just fill it up with sheep. Here we go, next section of wall to be turned into stone. Yeah, I'm not sure why when you click on those stone outcrops to harvest them, it doesn't stick, but you have to keep going backwards again and again and again. And saying, yes, I really do want to deplete this pile of rocks. Fortunately, yeah, certainly on this map, there's loads and loads of rocks, so you never run out of piles to go. And there we go, the straw is all gone, the animals are dying, not enough space, they're outside, dying. And there we go, made it through winter again, so out they go into the fields. At least we're not losing people, we're only losing the wrong livestock, as it were. Buy some beer. Keep mining those rocks. Have to keep going back and telling them, yes, I do want to harvest the rocks. Grab some more horses if we can. Both low numbers of both horses and donkeys. Got to make sure we get that stable breeding population. Yeah, I don't need to hunt anymore. We've got to that point where hunting is just irrelevant. We're between the harvest of the crops and the various different, fruit and vegetables and whatever, and the sheer quantity of animals that die, we're doing quite well. Another tech, netting. Yeah, we've picked up shields in the Bronze Age, so now our people can not only be armed with swords for extreme violence as well, but swords and shields, where the only thing they're good for is killing raiders and not dying when they do it. Not convinced of the massive necessity of this, because as you can see, that our tactic versus raiders is just we have considerably more people than them, and all of ours are armed. Plus, the missile fire from the watchtowers and platforms. Yep, still not got enough harvesting tools. You're going to use knives as a backup, but they're just not efficient at it, and they're not going to get all the way through those fields. And we run out of places to store and everything anyway. So start upgrading those if we can. There we go. See, there you go. Look at that. Dropped a whole load into the production queue of harvesting tools. Finally, the penny has dropped. Trade for some beer. Now hopefully keep the malcontents happy. More trees, more stone. Almost all the stone inside the settlement's gone now. Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of them just outside. There we go. Plenty of spare stuff. See, the coats are only 5, whereas the linen is 5, and the cloth is 7. But yeah, if we can pick up techs via trading, it's not so easy anymore, but we can. So that's now armour. So if we wanted to, we can make some suits of armour for our people. But again, the raiders just aren't that much of a threat. Oh, domestication. Not sure what that milestone was, other than a ton of livestock. There we go, see even more stone walls. Whilst everybody goes and plants the new crops. Plenty of stone. More of those sickles. You see, no point is it telling me I'm low on harvesting implements. Low on picks, yes. Low on knives, yes. A bunch of raiders. I mean, the numbers are going up each time. There are more raiders, but they get funneled into that huge giant mob of people and just, end up getting massacred. Middle of all that, a trader turned up. Buy some metal. I mean, my thinking behind that is, as I said, there's things that you can just manufacture more of over time. The wool, the meat, whatever. Whereas the things like the metals, there's only a certain amount on the map, and some of them are further and further away, taking more and more time to dig out. So you may as well get rid of the things that you've got an infinite supply of to get hold of the things that you've got more limited efficiency in getting. So yeah, we're now making the proper roundhouse huts rather than the mud huts. Storage hut going up as well. Autumn time again. Well, at least we're up to 36 rather than 26. Is it going to be enough? It's looking good, isn't it? It's looking good. And I think we just got them all in before winter. Only just, though. Obviously those haystacks got instantly filled up, and now they're being instantly depleted once again to feed everything. A bunch more bronze tools. They last longer as well. It'll help us keep everything ticking over on the efficiency front. Beer and metals. I don't know what's dying because we haven't got enough space. See that message quite a lot. Then it's back round to spring. replace some of the carts and plows that have died off. Get some of the new composite bows, just because I'm sure they'll kill raiders just as good. And we're now pretty much unlocked the entire tech of the Bronze Age, but it's 25, I think, to unlock the Iron Age, so we're trying to get those last 15 points. And I'm not going to lie, as you may have noticed, there's quite a bit of time left. That takes a while, because we've got like the first horses, we've done those. First plows, we've done those. First beer, we've done that. First composite bows, done that. First shields, done that. First swords, done that. And that's got us to where we are. You're not in the firsts anymore, so it takes quite a while to clock up the points. Still, the settlement itself is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're hovering at about 100 now for a while. Just looking to try and push it over. There we go. That's an armourer going down. Back around to spring again, and we've actually for once got spare straw, because we managed to harvest it all, feed all the animals, and make it through winter with some straw left, so we can use to build some buildings and upgrade some. Yeah, mine ran out, replaced it. Another mine ran out, replaced. Sudden realisation, where's my trees? There we go, trade for tools again. Still getting rid of surplus clothing, but it's just not as valuable as it was. If in doubt, more stables. That'll help the animal population. There we go. All straw harvested finally. I mean, we're up to what, 40 harvesting tools now. Nearly half the settlement. That's what it'll take. Yeah, that's what it took this time to get all those fields done. But yeah, we're finally back at a point where that can happen. To help with that, I just put down a new sort of warehouse near to that end of the village, so they don't have to walk so far every time they harvest. Not so much for the straw, because that's being dumped in the hay bales, but the actual grain itself has to go quite away from that far end. There we go, made it out with 6 straw this time, so we've had more animals again, so they're now eating into that straw budget. We really need to be careful, of these livestock numbers. Otherwise you don't have the straw needed to build the buildings. Another set of raiders. Everybody back in. They're going to hit the stone walls and that sort of more better defended end of the village. And that huge mob. Just deploy it. There's a massacre. Nice lightning effects in the background there during that storm. Some more tools. Feed those charcoal pits. Yeah, if you look at the food values in the top left, it's starting to go down. We've got less meat, even with the ritual culling. A lot of grain, but we're using that for the animals as well as us, as well as our bread. And the bread goes up pretty quick anyway, so you can't make too much. Again, some animals are going to die because we've just not kept on top of the sheep and pigs. They've not been culled as they should have been. Finally get around to building a brewery. We've had the tech for a while, but just haven't got on with it. Also build a bunch of armour, and the armour in some shields. Just because we really hate raiders and I absolutely want to crush them. I think we lost one goat to starvation that winter, which isn't too bad. But yeah, we can see the food numbers are starting to drop and dip a bit compared to what they were previously. We've also been buying swords as well on the sly, just so that when the raiders who've turned up, everyone's got a weapon of some description. We've got way more tools than people now, so we're not going to get that message anymore. Hopefully they have the sense to alternate to whichever one is appropriate for whatever the job is at that season. But yeah, I feel at this point, having got to this point in the Bronze Age, we've turned that wasn't exactly a disastrous situation, but we got a little bit more on top of the straw situation with the harvesting tools. We've got a bit more on top of the livestock. We're trying to cull them as best we can. It's not exactly working perfectly, but we're on top of it. And population is staying stable at just under 100, just under. And it's just now a question of racking up those last few knowledge points to get us out of the Bronze Age into the Iron Age. Yeah, for all I'm now reviewing, noticing that the food is dipping a bit. We're actually fairly secure on food. We're secure on clothing. People are generally happy. So there's we're not under any significant threat at this point. The raiders are being rebuffed just as soon as they turn up. They just get smashed. So yeah, all ticking over numbers going up slightly, but the one number we're really looking at is that breakthrough number. Came out with a few spare straw. Are we going to manage it this time? Let's see if we can get all that straw into the stables. The brewery's up and functional, but it's always going to have a low beer numbers because everyone's just going to drink it as fast as we can make it. Yeah, we can upgrade the storage buildings. So they're realising that we've got way more grain than we need. Let's make some more bread. It's actually going to bite us because we'll end up with throwing bread away, but we may as well. We've got lots of spare grain. Upgrade stables, farm the stone, get rid of all these stone outcroppings just outside. More sickles. And there we go. We've actually just got the 25 we need to unlock the Iron Age. I don't think I noticed it immediately. I was too busy trying to figure out how to get the right number of tools, storage space, deal with the trader. It's one of those things. If you're not paying attention, you actually just lose. You lose track of what your breakthrough's on. It's one tiny number up in the top right. There's so much else to think about. Yeah, low on knives apparently. Okay, well let's have a bunch of bronze knives. Raiders coming in. They'll need to be dealt with. It's interesting the angle of attack they've done there as they're coming in. They just keep coming in across that bridge or that ford, keep going into that part. They always seem to trash one of the guard towers there. There we go, goes down again. But then just get hammered when my unruly mob comes out and finishes them off. There we go, done. Raiders defeated. Fortunately, you don't seem to lose any settlers when the watchtower comes down. It gets destroyed, but no one dies. Anyway, so that's what we're looking at now. Just about to enter the Iron Age. Quite a big settlement, about 100 people. Plenty of livestock, plenty of farms. And then one more age to go. Last age coming up, Iron Age. See that in the next video.